Hello, everyone.
Hey!
Welcome to another episode of With So Much Love.
We're back a little better late than never.
Is
that a phrase?
I don't even know if it's late.
Okay.
Honestly, when somebody's getting this, they're getting it when they get it.
You don't like being late.
Very true.
You
don't mind it.
No, because I like to walk in peace.
What about the lack of peace that you push the other people in because you're late?
Well, I think a peaceful version of me is better than a not peaceful version of me.
This has been
This
a
is our
point of
thing. If you ever want to
contention
know,
in our
like,
marriage
what do we
for-
struggle in our marriage? Because you may think, oh, they're best friends. They never, like, struggle through things. We struggle
definitely
through
struggle
things.
through things.
Oh, we do.
Ash.
Hard times.
Yeah.
But
Ash is a hard time.
Ash is a hard time. Ash is when you need lotion. I put lotion on before this podcast
Because
I was ashy.
it was crazy, y'all. I didn't tell anybody, though. I just pointed and looked, and Oneka knew
But
exactly
look
what I was
the Lord
talking
has
about.
done.
Yeah.
Now my skin is shiny and
I could
glazed.
not believe you came out the house. I can't believe you were showing that much leg with
I
that
didn't
much
realize
ash.
that my skin was so dry. But
Yeah.
you know what? It's winter now. So when the weather changed, not winter, that's
feel you.
dramatic,
Yeah,
but it's
I feel
like
you.
the seasons have changed, so
Mhm.
my skin needs have changed. So I have to add more, not more foundation,
We're gonna
but
need to
more
go a couple times a
moisturizer.
day. Yeah, we're
More
gonna need
moisturizer.
We're gonna need to moisturize a couple times a day
For sure.
Yeah,
For sure. But
no, yeah, we definitely have our things that
well,
we.
timeliness is where we clash, is what my point was.
Yeah, I don't think it should be a clash though. This is a pretty easy one that if
Being on
something
time.
starts at a certain time, you ought to be
But
there at that time.
I think then we can let the people hear us kind of process a little,
Sure, I'm willing to
disagree
do
a
this.
little.
There's
give
no doubt people are going to be with me on this one.
What do you mean?
I'm right.
Well-
There's some things it's like, I don't know. I can see it
Right.
both
Both ways. Yeah.
This one, if the meeting starts at 3,
Right.
2:55.
2:55 is that what you'd like to be there sooner than that?
Yeah,
Yes.
2:58.
But
late.
I think too there can be like
3:02. Mm-mm.
and for the people like me who do run late quite often, and I apologize for the punctual people, but I speak on behalf of the people that run late. People that run late, I think that it's hard when the other person in the relationship is intense about time, because then it makes even like getting ready for like the smallest thing become like you're like competing in an Olympic, decathlon.
Okay.
So
Who are
my
you talking about? Who does that?
just some people that I know.
Okay.
But my passion in life, one of my passions, is I do like to walk in peace.
Okay.
And so I don't like to be intense with time.
This is
Except for, I know you're going to say this, a workout class.
Yeah, the double standard
The
here
workout
is
class.
crazy.
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
it's crazy because there is a class.
It's called at Class Studios. Shout out Paige
Yeah,
and the team.
I mean, yes, that class. I even think your other class that you go
Yeah,
to at the,
yes.
CS4, whatever
yeah,
it's called.
yeah.
When you go, you are on time.
On time, God.
Okay?
Yeah.
You are ready.
Yes.
Ready. I mean,
Yes.
you're
Because
like,
they locked the door.
so why are you on time for that? Literally, like,
Right.
Earl, what are you doing? Earl, I'm going to
Because-
be late. I'm going to be late. I'm going to be late.
Right. Well, the reason why I'm on time for that is because it's is it dramatic to say one of the few things that I get to do by myself?
Yeah, that's
Kind
dramatic.
of is. It's dramatic, but it's true.
dramatic.
It's one of the few things where it's just me, which is so nice, like it's such a gift to get to do that, to go to those classes. So it is just me. And so I do fight I always tell moms, if mom's good, everybody's good.
Well,
So
no,
I like going to those classes.
but it's not
but
just
I like-
because it's me time, which is great. I want you
No,
to have that time
mhm,
that's healthy
yes,
and good.
Yes.
It's because you have to be on time.
I have a renegade lash that's like drooping in my eye, but I'm fine.
I can't see it.
Okay.
But you like to be on time
For that.
because you have to be on time.
Right.
But you don't
But-
carry that same passion for,
A meeting.
mm-hmm.
Right. Anything
Yeah.
else.
Yeah,
Yes.
basically, I don't want to say it like
How
that.
do I do good with travel, being on time for travel? For the most part, airports.
Yeah, I think so. I mean,
Okay.
because again, the plane is leaving.
Right.
So it's like
Yes.
we can't just pull up anytime we want to.
No.
You gotta be there on time.
Yes.
Mhm.
I think that though, if I was getting ready for a class and it was going to make me stressful, it's going to feel stressful or steal my joy. I don't like that. I just don't like that.
Yeah, I but it steals my joy being late.
No, I know.
So
Exactly.
I mean, I just feel like this is one of those areas again.
Yes, where we do not row in the same direction.
So I just will leave.
You will leave. Yeah. You
I'll just
guys,
go.
yeah.
I'll
He
go.
will drive away
Yep, I'll go. No problem at all.
and leave me.
Yeah, I'm not going to
This amazing
argue.
man.
I'm not going to argue. Won't have to,
No,
wrestle
yeah.
back and forth.
Yeah, your new thing that you say to me is, I don't want to rush you,
Yep,
but
that's
I'll be
right.
leaving in 3 minutes.
Yeah, that's right. It's super
Yeah.
kind.
Mhm.
Super
Yeah.
no, because I do recognize for most of our marriage, I probably was that, rather intense.
Very
we gotta
intense.
go, we gotta go, we gotta go. Doesn't do anybody any good. It's getting me
Right.
riled up, getting
Yes.
you riled up.
Yeah.
So I just go, hey, here's the time I'll be leaving.
Exactly.
I'd love for you to come with me.
Yes,
And
but if not,
But if not,
yeah,
I'll just be
you're
hopping
out.
in the car. And then you've done
Yeah.
a great job.
Yeah.
I mean, you're carrying 9 pairs of shoes,
I am.
3 handbags,
Always.
7 coats,
Tons of jewelry.
and 4 different wigs.
Yes,
But you're
yes.
coming on out. Just kidding.
Yes.
She's on 4 different wigs.
Yes.
But she's carrying all of her stuff.
Yeah.
It makes it to the car. And it looks like we sleep in the car sometimes.
It does look
but
like we sleep
God
in the
is
car.
good. And we
Yep.
are together.
Trying to honor my husband and honor
Yep.
our
But that
ride
way
together.
I was not
Right.
not
No.
combative.
Yeah, you have hey, I'm leaving in 4 minutes. If you want to ride together,
Yep.
you can come with me.
Nice and chill.
Personality.
Yep.
But then you have your clocking minutes, timing.
But I have not been doing the
trying
clocking.
to get. Yeah, not lately.
Nope.
I'm
I don't
proud of
do
you.
that anymore.
No, I'm proud of you.
I'm living free.
Yes. Yeah.
I recognized I was spending too much emotional energy.
It was kind of intense.
on
Yeah.
something
Mm-hmm.
that I didn't need to spend emotional energy
That's
on.
good,
I could
yeah.
just go, hey, no problem at all. And you've done a great job too, because you're like, oh yeah, I want to go with you, so I'm
Right.
going to go at that time, and you're not like, oh, Earl, just be late, just be late. You don't do
Right.
that to me.
No,
so
no, no,
we're both
no.
kind of just running in our lanes, nice
Exactly.
and peacefully.
Yep. Exactly.
So it's worked.
And I think it's good. The juxtaposition is good that we're both not intense on time.
I don't think that's good.
Oh, you don't think that's
No,
good?
it's not good. This
I
is
thought
bad.
it was good. It's bad.
Because even I don't like it for a few reasons. One,
Okay.
I'm a boss.
Well,
right?
you're a real
You're
follower.
a boss.
Yeah, and you're a real follower.
But what you do in moderation, not you, but what a leader does in
Yes,
moderation,
yeah.
it gives other people permission to do to excess. So
right.
I feel like if I'm not setting the example,
Yeah.
then I gives other people permission
Which is so good.
to, cut a corner or think,
Right.
well, if that doesn't matter, then this other thing doesn't
Right.
matter. And I don't want us to have a church like that at all.
No.
Because you're so intense on things that I would never be
Right.
intense about.
Like a font.
A font, exactly.
Sure.
But you care about how that looks, which I think
Right.
is great. It's a
Right.
gift that you have. And I'm like, oh, that's fine. Or a table setting. It's like
Sure.
you're going to set the table beautifully to say, people, I care. I see
Yeah.
you. I'm thinking about you. What is that called now? The tablescaping? What is it called? Is it
Tablescape? Yeah, that's a good word.
is that what it is?
Yeah, it is what it is.
But don't people have a business, right? Like you kind of set tables?
Yeah,
too?
there are people that do that. Yes.
So, which is great. You
Mm-hmm.
would be great at that business because you set beautiful tables where I just be like, oh, I'll just throw some paper plates on there. But I love the intentionality there. It's a gift that you have. But I also think it speaks that right there. When you do that, it speaks to other people.
Right.
Worth, value, care.
And that's how you feel about being on time.
On time. I
Yes.
feel it speaks to worth, value, care.
Right.
I want to let you know I don't think my time is more important than yours.
That's right, yeah.
We're in this together.
And when I'm running late, I don't think my time is more important
You
than
never
someone
think
else's.
that.
No,
No.
not
I
at
just
all.
think it communicates that unintentionally.
Yeah.
But I don't think that's definitely not what you're trying to
No.
communicate.
No.
way, because you care for
No.
people and are loving
Yes.
and kind.
Yeah.
But I don't like what I perceive
and I think
that can
and I think I value feeling peaceful over rushing and sweating to get someplace. That's just how I'm wired.
Yep, that's true.
Yeah. Because I've had seasons in life where I was not peaceful. And that season right after we had Parker where I dealt with postpartum anxiety.
Anxiety, yeah.
And so that's when I learned
There you go.
that's why peace is important to me because
now we're getting there.
because I've lived without peace.
Some people don't know that part of your story. You want to tell them?
Yeah, I'll tell him. Yes. So right
The
after
anxiety attacks and stuff.
Yeah, right after we had Parker, all of us, I think the root of it came from, for me, with motherhood, I realized I lost all control. And before I was a parent, you have this false belief that you're in control of everything. You're just the boss of everything, the boss of how you feel, the boss of every moment. You can lead and do what you want when you want. And then you have the joy of becoming a parent, which is the greatest gift outside of salvation and marriage. And it is the happiest time of your life. But it also is such at least for the woman, a loss
Oh, yeah.
of complete control.
Yeah, I think for the
Your-
guy too, or I mean, maybe not every. It's
Yeah.
obviously different.
Yeah.
But yeah,
And your
if
body.
if you're locked in,
Exactly.
oh yeah, definitely. Obviously, a
Your
woman
body
with
is
your
what
body,
I mean. Like your
for
body, you just
sure.
have all these like fluids coming from every single
Okay,
orifice
okay,
of your body.
Okay, we did not need to say that.
Well, it's just part of
We
it.
didn't need to say fluid, and you didn't need to say orifice.
Well,
Okay,
it's what happens.
And you need to say how many orifices do you have?
Well, it's coming from a
crazy.
couple places. You can
What?
figure it out. But like,
Oh my God!
but all that to
that
say,
is crazy.
it was just a loss of. You go from like
just
I
gonna
was a
say
modest
that?
person. I was a modest person, and then
You're
you
not
have
obviously now
you
saying
can't
orifice.
be. Well, you can't be after you have a baby. Like doctors, nurses, just just taking liberties. This is a great way to put
looking
it.
everywhere.
Everyone's looking everywhere
Yeah.
at any time, checking all the things,
Milk dripping.
all the stuff. Just a hot mess.
Yeah.
And so
Colostrum.
the lack of, I like that you're just throwing out all those like terms, but the loss of control of my own body is how it felt. It's
Yeah,
how it
for
felt
sure.
in the moment. That literally triggered me, and like I literally had postpartum anxiety.
Yeah.
Where I just was like, all of a sudden it became fear. Is the baby going to be okay? Am I going to be okay? What's wrong? And just, you think you're going to go to sleep, then you're up all night.
Yeah.
You like, it's evening and you're like, oh, it's almost time for bedtime. But then you start to get anxious because you're like, actually, there is no bedtime. And every day just keeps going. It's like 12 o'clock, 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock,
Yeah.
4 o'clock, 5 o'clock, 6, 7, 8, 9.
Yeah.
And just the days keep going.
Yeah.
And there's not really any breaks because I was like feeding and learning
Yeah.
how to breastfeed. So all that to say, I just was struggle bus in the midst of the joy and the bliss. I was struggle bus because I felt like I lost control, which then turned into anxiety.
Yeah.
But all that to say,
There was one time Oneka literally stopped on the side of the road.
yeah.
Was it stopped on the side of the road or the middle of the road?
No, it was the side of the road.
Okay. Yep.
Yeah, it was like the side of the road, and I called you, and I was like, I like can't move.
I can't move.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
can't
It was
move.
like
That
this
was crazy.
fear came over me, this panic came over me, and I wasn't eating because I was trying to lose weight. And so
I
shout out to the
remember that
moms.
part.
Yeah, I was trying to lose my baby weight. And so I wasn't
Oh.
eating, and then my body. Some girls can do great with no eating because they don't like need a lot of fuel. But my body, I need fuel to run on, and so that also added to my anxiety because I wasn't eating. I was on a low calorie diet. I was like,
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I forgot about that.
yeah.
Was it a diet you made up, or you were following something?
I was just like eating. I was not eating a lot because I wanted to like. It wasn't wise, but I wanted to like get
Whoa.
back super fast to my body. So I wasn't eating. I wasn't sleeping, and I had postpartum anxiety. So it was just this hot
fluids coming out of orifices.
fluids coming out of orifices.
Wow.
It was just not a pretty place. So all that to say, one of my mentors was like, Oneka, you're trying to be in control. And you cannot be in control
Yeah.
as a new parent.
Yeah.
Like you have to lose control. And you also have to trust that God has your family, has you, loves you more than you ever could. Because I was trying to hold on to normalcy, and it's just not
It's
normal.
a whole new season.
It's a different
a whole new life. At
yeah,
that point in
and
time.
it just kind of hit me like a bus.
Wow.
And so, but during that time, one of my Pastor Laura,
Yeah.
she gave me this book of scriptures.
I remember
And
that
so
book.
I started, those scriptures literally
That was
became,
King James too.
it was crazy. It was
Yeah.
like thithers and thous,
Uh-huh.
but the word is the word.
It is.
Yeah, the word is the word. And so then I started finding scriptures for peace. And I also kept the scripture book that she gave me. I kept it with me,
I
kept it in
remember
the car.
that.
It was in my
scripture
purse
book
all the time. It went with me
everywhere.
everywhere. Every plane ride, every car
Every
ride,
car ride.
every doctor's appointment. It was my prescription,
Every time
like
to the
my prescription
bathroom.
from heaven. Yeah.
Just kidding. I just threw that in there.
Oh yeah. Just
yeah.
yeah.
But no, you always had that book
Yeah.
all the time.
Exactly.
You were always reading scriptures. Always
Yeah.
reading
So I
scriptures,
had
always
to
reading
learn how to
scriptures.
renew my mind,
Mm-hmm.
and I also began to appreciate like peace because I had not had peace. And so now, fast forward all these years later, Parker's 20.
Yeah.
I still really appreciate peace because I had a time in my life where I had no peace. And
Well, I'm
so,
no psychologist or psychiatrist
So
or
I-
a counselor. Do you?
Yeah.
So you're like part of it. I think I hear you saying.
Yeah.
Is I don't ever want to go back to that feeling that I had, or is that not connected? at
no,
all?
I don't
Okay.
I don't ever have a fear of like going back to that feeling. That felt
okay.
like almost like a a limb, meaning like that's gone. Like
Okay.
that feels like a limb that was like chopped off, not to be dramatic.
Okay. Yeah.
But that doesn't feel like that's ever going to attach itself to me again, which I'm so thankful. It's the grace of God.
Yeah.
And also I'm in a completely different headspace. And
Okay.
also I'm constantly still renewing my mind to this day.
For sure.
So I'm kind of like, I don't let those thoughts, take up residence and have a tea party in my mind. But with that said, I don't think me fighting for peace has to do with lack of peace, but I appreciate peace because I had a time in my life where I had no peace.
Wow.
So I appreciate it. And I also, I don't like to get worked up. I don't like to get worked up and just be like,
Well, you're also from California.
Exactly. Yeah.
That's a pretty chill community.
Exactly.
Where how you were raised. It was pretty chill.
Chill. Yep. Exactly.
I'm East Coast.
Yeah, you're East Coast. Exactly. A little more boom, boom, boom. A little more buttoned up. Yep. Yeah.
Okay.
So.
Okay, I feel that.
Yeah, that's my little postpartum story. Any
but I think that's
postpartum
something
moms
people
out there
don't know
thinking about you.
that part of you.
Yeah, they don't know that part about me. Yeah.
I don't remember the diet piece.
Yeah.
I do remember the call. I still remember the car that we had. I believe that was that Mercury Mountaineer.
Okay.
That we
I don't
had.
remember. Yeah.
Look that up. Oh my goodness.
I thought it was a Nissan Maxima. Not Nissan Maxima.
The Pathfinder?
Yeah, I think it was the Pathfinder.
Maybe it was. This is, I mean, so many
but
years
ago.
ago.
I hadn't eaten that day. Yeah, I hadn't eaten anything. Yeah.
So you just even think your emotions obviously were connected to
I wasn't
your
sleeping.
appetite.
I wasn't sleeping and I wasn't eating, which is a recipe for
remember
anxiety.
Not
I wasn't like
eating.
going, I'm not going to have dinner, but I measured everything. Remember, I used to use scales for everything. I measured all my food.
I do remember that. That was during that time?
Yeah. Yeah.
Man.
Yeah.
How could I have been a better husband?
Well, you were amazing.
Well, I know. I just would think, I'm looking back on that now, and I'm not always the best with remembering, these pieces back in the day. I obviously try to be present,
You're very
day
present.
in and day out. And, bedtime and, waking up in the middle of the night.
I feel like
with
we
Parker
parent together.
For sure.
Yeah,
I feel
we're a
all
team.
of that.
I never feel alone with our kids. I feel like we both are locked in together.
I love being locked in.
Which I'm so grateful.
For sure. I want to be present.
Shout
for
out
all
to the
of
moms
those
and
things.
dads that do it together. That's the best way.
I
think it's the best way.
I don't know how anybody
tries to do it by themselves. If you're a single parent, that's the best way because that's the only way that you have, and you're crushing it, and that's the hardest way.
That's the hardest job.
Yeah, solo
I don't
parenting.
know how a parent can do it alone.
We admire you. Yeah, we admire
mom.
you, solo parents out there.
How do you?
But
even
if
go to
you
the
are
bathroom?
married, yeah, exactly. But if you're married and there's two of you, it's better. Two is better than one.
Yeah, I mean, I obviously am always trying to encourage husbands to make sure they're very engaged.
I feel like we have a culture at our church of parents that do it together, that are like a team.
That's great.
But I think you set the great example because you're so locked in.
Well, I mean, I don't know any other way to do it. I mean, I feel like as a dad, you've got to be present in those moments of holding your child at 1:37 in the morning and they're crying and you can't do it. You can't breastfeed. You've already changed the diaper. You've already, put them on top of the washing machine with the, car seat or in the swing. But you just holding them and walking back and forth and just praying and crying sometimes, but keeping them so close. Those moments where you just hold your child so close. Yeah. You don't think that's creating connection, but it is creating connection.
It totally is.
So, and then obviously, as they get older and, playing tea or baseball or the wrestling or
it's so fun.
Watching the random, cartoons or what have you, and obviously praying over them. Yes. So I love being present, but I'm just looking back. What could I have done even more as a husband in that time? And I guess I'm asking.
I don't think there's anything you could have done. I don't think I could have avoided it. I do wish more moms would have told me what to expect because everyone just said parenting.
Kind of the darker side of it.
No one told me the darker side. Everyone just said being a mom which it is incredible. Like, I love it. It's
Mm-hmm.
my number one passion outside of you.
Mm-hmm.
But no one told me the dying to self part. No one told me about, I didn't understand sleep deprivation at all. I didn't even know that was coming for me.
Yeah.
People would make little jokes like, enjoy your naps now,
Mm-hmm.
but no one
You
pulled me
didn't know how much it was going to impact you. We didn't know how much it was
well,
going to impact
I
us.
didn't know that I
remember
wasn't,
laying
I didn't
on
know I
the
was going to
bed.
sleep I didn't sleep for 4 months
Yeah.
straight. And I didn't know that going
Remember
into
me laying on the bed and going, I wish a baby grand piano would fall on my head right now.
It was a dark time.
It was like we were so exhausted.
We were just so sleepy.
Parker was right there. I don't know if he's in the bassinet or maybe we even had him in between us in that moment. And we're just like, we don't know what else to do right now.
There's nothing like when your child is crying and everything is right with the world with them, but they're still crying.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was wild. It was a wild time. What's so
Wow.
funny though is there are some people that are listening to this that are like, I love sleep deprivation. There's nothing.
Who?
I don't know, but some people live for all of that. Like they live for that, and it doesn't
Navy
bother them.
SEALs?
Yeah, it doesn't bother them.
Oh my God.
But I do better on sleep.
Yeah, your
Yes.
body was built for it.
Exactly.
You know, all of
Yes.
ours
Yes.
were and are.
Yes.
Okay, well that's good to know.
But I don't think you could. I think other moms could have done a better job to prepare me. That had
or
gone before
maybe
me.
they said it and you didn't hear it.
No, they didn't tell me. Nobody said it was hard.
You don't
No
think
one.
so?
No, not one person.
I would
not
be
one coffee,
concerned
lunch, dinner interaction told me how hard it would be.
But I'd be concerned
The
telling
newborn
someone
season.
that and then them feeling like you're kind of poo-pooing on their parade. Kind of
Yeah.
like when you're first getting married and people are like, hey, it can be really hard.
Yeah.
Like people told us it was going to be hard. We're like, this is not hard.
Yeah.
So maybe if you share it in a way
Yes.
that you're saying, hey, this is what I experienced. I
Yes.
hope you don't.
Or I would say there could come a moment where you feel delirious because you haven't slept.
Mm-hmm.
There could come a moment when a doctor or nurse comes in and tells you something scary.
Yep.
There could come a moment where you have this
We have that
birth
with
plan,
Grayson.
where you have a birth plan,
Mhm.
and it might not go according to plan.
That's right.
There could come a moment where you might have to supplement and like change up how you were going to feed your child. There's all these moments that I don't think I was prepared for because no one had those conversations with me. So, or even the hormonal changes. Like I feel like part of my postpartum anxiety was also because my hormones were acting
For
crazy,
sure.
and no one told me the importance of eating.
I remember when you thought that you were normal the entire pregnancy.
Oh yeah,
I remember that.
We were talking to some couple, and I said something like, "Yeah, pregnancy didn't really impact me. I was exactly the same." And that was when you opened up and like laughed and said I was not.
Well, you turned to me and you were like, right, Earl?
Yeah.
And I was like, okay, what do I say right here? Because it's not true.
Yeah.
This one was crazy. No, you weren't crazy, but you were different. You
Yeah.
know, you were
Yeah.
different in the best way, and rightfully so. I have
Yeah.
no shade to throw at all.
Yeah.
But that was
It was a time.
It was a time.
And it's so wild because I feel like with life, it's hard. Life can be so hard, but then the beauty that comes on the other side of
I
it.
know.
You know,
Yeah.
because here we are, our oldest is 20.
He didn't come out pretty, though.
He did not. He took 4 months to turn
Yep.
really beautiful.
He came out ugly.
Well, he just looked like an old man.
Yeah, well, I wouldn't say, okay, ugly be harsh.
He looked like a grandparent, but as a newborn.
Well, it looked like he smoked.
Well, he just literally looked like a grandpa.
Yes.
But
he looked
then,
like a hairy, smoking grandpa that was small.
very small. Very
So,
small.
you
He
know,
was
it's
only
like-
5 pounds.
Well, not meaning he was, however long Parker was. But, I think he wasn't 5 pounds. He was 6 pounds, 6 or 7.
No, he was 5 pounds.
He wasn't 5.
He was 5.
Honey, he was not 5 pounds.
Let's look it up.
You were 5 pounds.
Okay, no, we both were 5 pounds. He
Honey.
was not 7 pounds.
He was 6 pounds.
Okay.
I know this.
Okay.
I know my son. He was not 5 pounds.
Okay.
But
Let's look it up.
we can look it up.
Okay.
What do I get when I'm right?
I don't know.
You got to be on time for a month.
Okay. Okay. As long as it doesn't cost me my peace. It's not up for sale. But it's like now.
But he turned handsome. He
well,
did.
4
He
months.
turned
As soon as
handsome.
he turned 4 months old, he started sleeping, and he got beautiful. He was so beautiful, like so cute. But I say all that to say, now
Man,
that
he was a cutie.
yes,
Yeah.
and he's so beautiful to this day.
Yep.
Like he looks like a model.
Very handsome.
20 years old. I say all that to say,
Grayson started off cute.
Grayson started off cute.
Yep.
Elle did not start off cute.
Elle was different though because she just had, she was navigating life.
She had some obstacles.
Yeah, so she was cute but different.
Different.
And then voila.
Yes.
I
Now,
mean, oh my
she's
goodness.
too cute now.
Beautiful.
So beautiful.
I mean,
but
her
it
eyes
is,
with her nose, with those little tiny freckles.
but I think any gift in life,
eyebrows.
there's going to be a fight. There's going to
Yep.
be a struggle.
Mm-hmm.
So our kids are they are our greatest gift outside
Yep.
of our marriage. But there's struggle times. But then there's these awesome times
Yeah.
where we're like, how is this our family? How is this our life? And then there's terrible times when we're like, how is this our family? How is this our life? But that's with anything. That's with
Parents
marriage.
now,
That's with marriage too.
for sure, people who are older, and I guess we're older compared to some people, obviously, but some who be grandparents, they go, man, I can't imagine raising kids today.
Yeah.
You know, all the different things that kids have to navigate.
Mm-hmm.
And obviously, we don't have any babies right now, but
Right.
we're still in it. You know, we're still in
we're
high
still
school and
very-
elementary school.
We're very much in it.
So
we're very much
and
in
we're in it for a
parent-teacher
while.
conferences,
Yes.
basketball games, soccer games.
We got a double
Elle
header.
has an insect project. I don't know if you saw that. She has to
Yes.
bring some bugs to school, and we have to collect bugs and put them in a.
Well, she
you.
loves roly-polies.
I know,
You said, oh, you.
but you get to collect the bugs. But we are very much in it still.
Yeah, so but she'll love that project because she loves roly-polies.
She does love
And
roly-polies.
remember that time Grayson was eating them?
Yes.
Just picking
Yep.
them off the ground, just
Putting me in his mouth.
throwing
Yep.
them down.
Mhm.
It's like, wow. But he survived, guys.
He
You
did.
know, if
If
he was
your
our
kid-
first child, we would have gone to the ER.
We would have. Yep.
But by
He
your
was fine.
second, third, you're actually feeding them dirt.
No.
You're like, here, you know what? We don't have anything right now. Eat this, and you'll be fine. No, that's a joke, obviously. When I look at parents, though, today, it seems like, and I hate to put this blanket on everybody. That's not the right thing to do. I've heard enough times
Yeah.
creating such the perfect environment for your child.
Yeah.
And we talked about that some, this has been months ago, but the contract that we somehow make with our kids,
Yeah.
it's unwritten, but it's a
Yeah.
contract nonetheless. I'll
Yeah.
be at everything. I will show up at everything.
I'll never leave your side.
I'll never leave your side. I'm going to try to make the world as simple
And
as
soft
safe
and everything plush around you.
as
So,
safe
yeah.
as it can possibly be.
Mm-hmm.
And obviously we want our kids growing up in a very safe environment,
Right.
meaning, they won't be harmed.
Yes.
With that being said, I don't think we're always going about it the right way.
Exactly.
Who was telling us? Charlotte Gamble and Steve. They were
Okay.
saying their daughter, 11 years old,
Mm-hmm.
was in high school, because that's how it is in Europe or in
Yes.
England.
Yeah.
You're in high school at 11, so
Mhm.
you're with 18-year-olds,
Yeah, with you.
and there's no school bus.
Right.
You take
Right.
public transportation
Yeah.
to school. Now, that was me growing up. I remember going on not the school bus, but the city
Regular
bus.
bus.
I was waiting there at the bus stop,
Mm-hmm.
getting on the bus,
Yeah.
going to school, knowing where to get off downtown,
Yeah.
find the other bus, to get on that bus to go to the other school. I mean,
Yeah.
I remember that. Obviously, I wasn't 11 at the time. I was a little
Mm-hmm.
bit older. I say all that to say, I do get concerned sometimes, and I talk to some friends about this, that the things that help me mature and grow,
Mm-hmm.
I have not allowed my kids to have those same opportunities,
Right.
because I don't want them to go through the same struggles I had to go through.
Right.
But then it does not produce in them the same strength
Right.
that I want them to have.
Exactly.
Which is, it's kind of a catch-22.
It's such a catch-22.
There's
Yeah.
a tension to manage
And there's
there.
some things that you can't outparent.
Mhm.
Like you can be present all day, every day, but there's going to be some struggles that your kids have no matter how present you are.
Totally
But
agree.
I think we believe that if we're the best parents ever and that we're
That's the
super
problem.
present and
Yeah.
that we're super present, that our
That's the
kids are
problem.
not going to have any struggles or have to go through anything.
But they have a sin
Nature,
lean,
yeah.
sin nature, sin
Mhm.
lean. They have the friends, they have TV.
Yes.
They have other kids that they're listening to.
And even homeschool, I think you can think, if I homeschool, my child is never going to be exposed to how crazy this world is. But it's
You got your family members,
Yeah,
you got your
exactly,
friends,
yes.
you got just life.
life.
It's
yeah.
just, you can't create some bubble
Yes.
to keep your kids away from all the big bad things that are out there.
Exactly. And I think at the end of the day, I always say this, that our kids know the compass of our heart.
Mm-hmm.
They know the direction that our heart is turned. And so as long as our compass is towards Jesus, towards our spouse, towards our kids, they're going to feel that. They're going to feel that whether you're in town, whether you're out of town on a trip. You can get, I think sometimes people don't even want to leave their kids because they think, I can't go on a date. I can't go away with my husband.
Very first date still that we went on.
No, I was
2 weeks in. Parker was 2 weeks old. It was Valentine's Day.
And we went to dinner.
And
yeah.
we went out to
and
dinner.
I was like bawling.
You were crying.
I was.
But we were trying to set the standard
For the very beginning. Yeah.
We're going to have a family that's not centered around the kids.
Right.
It's got to be centered on Jesus, and we got to have a marriage that's strong.
Exactly.
So if we're not going to prioritize ourselves and our relationship here, then our kids actually aren't growing up in the environment we want them to grow up in. That was a really hard decision, but I think it helped point us the right direction.
But I do think it's interesting for parents that think only their family unit is the only safe bubble for their children. Because I think about like Parker. Obviously, he was a normal teenager. He was not like perfect at all. Is not perfect. None of our kids are perfect.
We weren't.
But I feel like because he traveled with you, because he's literally seen the world, he can talk to any adult and have such confidence, make eye contact, carry on a conversation. In school interviews, when he would interview at private schools, they were always so blown away at how articulate he was, how like locked in he was. But I think it's because he was around other people besides just us. So
totally agree.
He was with a babysitter,
Yeah,
like we left the house to go on a date.
That's right.
But I think sometimes when kids aren't around other people, then they can't function around other people, and they have a lot of problems.
No, I totally agree. The interpersonal aspect of life.
Yes. I think it creates leadership in your kids.
You can't avoid interacting, connecting with
other people,
leaning into, empathizing. These are all skills that are necessary for any human being to be able to function at a high level.
But I think some parents find security in, they only can be with me. But that's not really, and I know that I'm stepping on. It's not the goal to set our kids up to only be with us. But somehow along the way, someone messed it up. It's kind of like at the beginning of our church, how you didn't want to talk about generosity, even though it was something that we practiced since we were dating, and you grew up in a household with a mom who practiced generosity, but you didn't want to talk about
tithing,
it.
Writing out those checks.
Even when she was a single mom and didn't have a lot of money, she's always put her trust in God. But I remember you not wanting to talk about it because you didn't want to be lumped in with like, churches are always talking about money. So you're like, I'm not going to talk about it. And then you realize like you're being disobedient and robbing people of understanding what the Bible says about generosity. But somewhere along the way, some people got that wrong. And I feel like with parenting, somewhere along the way, people did get it wrong where they made their jobs, they're chasing money, chasing their dreams, their God, instead of their family. And so then you did have a generation of kids that felt like they grew up without present parents. So, but I think the pendulum has swung all the way to the other side of that, where then
the kid is the career.
Yes. Instead of exposing your kid to being planted in church, leaders in their life, because they need to learn from other people besides just us.
I totally agree. The aunts and the uncles
It's been a game changer for our...
That's where I feel like, not even single people for sure, but other married couples. It's just great for our kids to see, how does that couple interact? How do they talk to each other?
Yes.
What do they do for dinner?
Exactly.
Do they go on vacations? Do they not?
Right.
Oh, wow. This whole family's really sarcastic, but they really love each other still. Or this whole family's really, really sweet. Or they're all really, really quiet. Nobody really talks here, but they have each other's back. Just learning all of those different pieces of life. Or this guy, he's 25 years old. He has this really cool car. Or this lady is 28 years old or 32 years old. And she has this killer job. And wow, her life is not stopped because she's not married. Like you can still be living in purpose. It just expose them to other ways of seeing the world, interacting with the world.
And there is no formula.
There isn't.
There's no formula.
No, there isn't.
Yeah.
There isn't at all. But you do feel that. I do remember being single and wanting to do it right. Like I really wanted to get it right. I wanted to be a great husband.
Yeah.
I wanted to be a great father.
Yeah.
And so far, you guys are saying I'm doing a good job,
You're doing
which I
awesome.
appreciate. I feel like you're doing an amazing job as a wife, as a mother. But it also, there's a very long runway. It's like,
the rest
it's
of our
not
life.
done.
No,
Like,
we're still cooking.
we've been married all these years. We still got a lot of years to
Exactly.
go.
Yeah.
And I don't want to be one of those couples that's married 35 years and gets a divorce.
No, same. Yeah.
You know, you hear those stories. It's like, wait,
Totally. Yeah.
you were together all those years
Mm-hmm.
and you're starting over?
Right.
What happened? You know, what happened with the drift? Sometimes kids got put in the center.
Yes.
So husbands and wives, they don't talk. They don't have sex. They
Yep.
don't go on date nights. They don't laugh.
Their whole
They don't-
marriage is only their children.
And that is very real. If you say you have a special needs kid or you have a lot of kids
Yes.
or you don't have any family
Or
around.
all your kids are under 5.
Yeah.
You know,
I mean, there's a
yeah.
lot of scenarios that it makes you got,
Yeah.
you got to fight to try to make sure some things are priorities. And it's
Yeah.
not easy and everyone's in different seasons. So I don't dare want to, paint everyone with the same brush. But if you can, that's why community does matter.
Yes.
Hey, bring all 5 of your kids over to our house
Yeah.
this week. This is our week to watch all the crazy kids.
Yes.
And you guys go on a date.
Exactly.
Then next week we're bringing all of our kids to
Yes,
your house.
yes.
You're going to date, but you got to have
Exactly.
community and people
Around
you
you
can
that
trust,
you can lean
so
on.
you can do those types of things.
Yep.
Well, we don't have any money for a date night. Well, you can go on a walk.
You can definitely go on a walk.
Go
yeah,
on a
go
walk.
to the park. It's free.
Used to be able to be $1 movie, but you're probably streaming something. So go on a beautiful walk.
Yeah.
Write a poem to each other. Share it. Go get some ice cream from someplace if you can, and
Yeah.
go home and Netflix and chill. Is that
Yeah.
still a thing anymore?
I don't think
I don't
so.
even know. But
Yeah.
a married couple saying, "I want
Yeah.
to be intentional about this connection."
Right.
You got to fight for that
You
kind of
have
stuff.
to fight for it.
I
Because
feel
then
like
you wake up, your kids are 6, and you're like, we don't even know. We're just roommates.
it
Because the
happens so
whole,
fast.
your whole life is like around your kids.
It takes a lot of effort and energy.
Yeah.
The thing that I don't love is sometimes people go, okay, well, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to take out church.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I'll take church out
Yep.
so then I can get my time back.
Yep.
And I just don't think that's the thing that
Yeah.
ought to be taken out.
Yep.
Because I don't like the example that even sets for the kids for
Exactly.
their future. Because
Exactly.
when they're being raised in God's house or raised to think God's house is, I don't know, optional,
Right.
then I think when they grow up, they don't even think it's necessary.
Exactly.
So we can't be the ones leading the way,
Right.
showing them it's optional.
Exactly.
It's not optional. Your walk
No.
with Christ,
Right.
being planted in church,
You
don't
can't
let
take it or
that
leave
be
it. Yeah,
optional.
exactly.
Make that essential for your family.
Yeah.
Choose another thing instead of 3 sports for all the kids.
Yeah.
Pick 2
Right. So
Pick
that you can
one.
be in church. Yeah.
so that you can have more time as a
Exactly.
family.
Yeah.
How about we choose that instead of I can go down the line of there's a lot of other choices that we put in front of
For sure.
God's house,
Yeah.
the people of God,
Exactly.
the family of
Yes.
God.
Yeah.
And I don't think it plays well 5 years, 10 years down
Right.
the road.
Right.
That's just my thought.
No, it's good stuff. This is such good
So
stuff.
trying to help people actually mature, grow, see it from another perspective.
And I feel like this has become like a parenting podcast today, and marriage, which is great.
Love
but
that.
I think too, just teaching our kids responsibility. I don't know how much more time we have left, but just teaching them responsibility. I feel like we did that later, and that's something that I think that we wish we could have done better.
I agree.
Was I think we kind of bubble wrap them
Yep.
and didn't like give them chores like as sooner than we should
Yeah,
have.
as much as being consistent. It's like,
Yeah.
oh, help me with this or help me with that. But it's like,
Yeah.
oh, no, you do this.
Yeah,
you
this is your
own that.
responsibility. I
Yeah.
feel like we started doing that as they got older.
Yep.
But I think in hindsight, we probably should have taught them like,
Let them own some stuff.
Let 'em own
work.
something.
Let them
Yeah.
work for some things. Let them
Yes.
get some of that dirt underneath their fingernails.
Yes,
Yep.
yes,
Send them
yeah.
to a farm. I wish we would have done more of that kind of stuff.
because I think now when we're like, clean your room, our kids, and I'm telling on them, but they're not the first to say, on it, going to clean my room, but like most kids don't want to clean their room.
I think there's a lot of kids that are like that too. But your point
My
is
point
well
is that-
taken. I wish we would have been even more intentional.
Yes.
Earlier, we were intentional with
All the
looking like a
love.
leader, standing up straight,
Prayer time at bedtime, all the
looking at
things.
people- so there's plenty of things we were trying to do right.
Yes.
But there's other piece I go, oh, you know what?
We made it too easy
We
in some
should
of
have
them.
been more intentional,
Yes.
put more weight on them.
Yes.
Because that's how your muscles actually grow.
Exactly.
Is with that resistance.
Exactly. Yep.
So, but we're all figuring it out,
We're still growing. We're still figuring it out.
Oh my gosh.
Lord
We're
help
still
us.
figuring it
We're
out.
still figuring
Having
it
a
out.
blast, though, doing it. Well, I love doing it with you. That's
Love
for sure.
you. Same.
You are a blessing. You are a gift. And, anybody who's listening to this, and whatever season or stage of life you're in, we're praying God's richest blessings over your life, too. And glad we got to have this time together. Anything else you want to add?
No.
Before we go?
No. Yes.
All right. Well, we love you.
Love you.
Until next time, friends, with so much love, E&O signing off.
Bye.
Bye.